is Twobigcats. Twobigcats. He is 1400 Lucio, Launch Point Gibraltar.
Everybody, get your stuff together and let's jam.
Yeah, definitely a bronze player. He's using a mouse, so this is PC. Let's see what he does. Oh, the common bronze tactic of you're stuck in your spawn for 5 extra seconds. Okay, I think this is already. I think you're doing quite fine. You need to keep your Reinhardt alive, so stay on. Okay, I was gonna say stay on healing constantly. Oh, gold damage done. Jesus Christ.
I hope nobody saw that.
So May's behind you, I think. Yep. There she is. So a little bit of awareness issues. You heard someone on your team like shivering from the cold. So May was definitely behind them and shooting you. Or shooting them. Yeah, back out. I mean, it's good May actually made you back out because now you're going to attack with your team. You can boop her. Yeah, there you go. Also, at such a low level, don't worry about mixing up healing and speed. I think... Like, yeah, this is great. You're using your speed to get everyone out there. Perfect, that's what you want. But other than that, you probably want everyone to be healed. Damn, you guys are just stuck in your fucking spawn. Need to be healing. Heal, heal, heal. Man. Okay. You can amp it up here. Okay, good. And now it looks like the enemy team is a bit staggered. Alt? Okay, they didn't stop. You're holding your alt for a while, and I understand there wasn't like a kind of a big team fight going on. But if you alt, you can actually, So I think most people know this, but I'll just say this anyways. Like, if there's a box here, as a Lucio, like, you have to go up and then go down to alt. You can go up and then use your alt on top of an object. A perfect object is actually the payload that we see here. It's a very easy way to make your alt go off a second faster. A speed boost is a good idea for... we're getting out of May alt. Running away, that works. I wish there was like one of your teammates on the cart and the cart was going to push this entire time. Man, this May is tearing you guys up. You guys get a Zarya. All right, that should quell the May a little bit. This is good, but now alt. Perfect. Because it is more of a big team fight. Things are happening. Should watch your team, see what they need, see what their needs are. You're sticking on healing too, which I like. Yeah, the Pharah's cleaning up house. Right now, I would whenever you see this happening, whenever the enemy team you start to get a numbers advantage and the enemy team starts backing up, that's when you speed boost. You'll see it time and time again in pro play, but that is probably if there's any one time to use speed boost, that would be it. Is when trying to clean up the enemy team. I would have kept the speed boost on. Yeah, there you go. Maybe he didn't see you. Someone's to your left. Okay, it's me. That's alright. I think you're doing fine. And I think he is using his amp it up enough. He's starting to use speed a lot less. And now this is where maybe you would hit tab here and see what allies are just spawning. If no one's spawning, then alright, you don't have to ferry anyone up. Get in there with heal. Alright, perfect. I think that Pharah was pretty low, and I think you got her with at least 2-3 seconds of amp it up. Just you? Yeah. So this is one of the times I would say keep speed on for a bit, because it's all up to you to hold that point, and you did a really good job. And for a bronze player, I would say you're doing phenomenal for trying to hold that stuff. Like, you held that shit down. There's no doubt about it. Or wall riding wouldn't hurt. I actually like the fact that he's not wall riding that much. At such a low SR level, there's other shit to be worrying about. Like, keeping your team alive, I know it kind of works in tandem with wall riding, but making the right decisions at low SRs is I look at that much more than, is he wall riding? Oh, Lucio shouldn't be touching the ground. Shit like that.
Let's keep the payload moving.
That's just when you have to... remember, you're coaching. This is supposed to be... You gotta get his priorities straight. Wall riding's important, but it's not that important. Okay, a couple of your guys are hurt. Okay, this is going very well. I think your play so far has been good. For bronze, it's very good. Oh, I know that Mei looks ripe for a booping. Yeah, keep the healing on here. Your Pharah, can you get a little bit closer to her? That's all I would say. Just constant notice where people are and if they're hurt or not. And that was still a good... Like, that was still really good. For as much as for as much as your team got spawn camped, you guys broke out of there, and when it mattered, you got it. So far, I think you're doing quite well. You're not being super greedy. Like most Lucios are just gonna constantly be looking around for environmental kills, and I know you don't have pretty much any on this map, but it wasn't look like you're having tunnel vision and hunting one specific thing down. It sucks that your team's defending up here, because that's just what bronze players do, and it's better to do something stupid as a team than it is one person to do something right. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was actually the rightest decision I've seen a bronze player make. That was actually really good. Careful about defending the cart by yourself. Yeah, at this point you just need to agree that your team doesn't have the cart. Just because it was a Torb and you could have backed out a lot sooner there. I think voice comms are really important, even at bronze. Yes and no. I'm not gonna say comms isn't important. Oh, you booped her into your team. Careful about that one. Just gonna have the suicide on the point. No. Speed boost out of this one. That right there is a decent spot to speed boost. That was actually a very good ult as your team was pushing out.
Timing's overrated.
Team's doing really good here. They got wall hacks, so don't try to do anything sneaky in the next 10 seconds. What do you hit? You hit her. That was pretty good accuracy. .990 says comms at this rank is pretty unhelpful because I would agree, because I'd say people are a lot more unreasonable. I don't think there's anything you could have done about that one. I think your Reinhardt dropped his shield, or it got broken. Okay, next time look. I know maybe you saw that all three people were dead because they all, you all died at the same time. But it's all right to hit tab during those types of moments and to check out who you can ferry or not. And that's an important aspect of Lucio that you can practice at all levels. People are commenting, sometimes I play better without the mic. That is 100% true. Some people can't, they can't focus on that. Careful, you got hit by a Widow, so you're fucking... I mean, I don't think I've seen a Lucio at high levels boop a tire. It's actually I think I've seen a couple, maybe. There you go. Alright, see what your team needs. Oh, good job getting out of that one. So, I mean, you needed speed boost to get out of it. I think that was acceptable. Some people may have said, oh, you should have healed so everyone that was frozen in it, but I don't know, does your aura deactivate when you're frozen? I don't think it does. Yeah, just don't even bother about her. Did you hear your Genji? He needs healing. That's a good boop. Oh man, that
Let's get you healed up.
Nice sound barrier.
fucking junk rats. You know that happens. I think you're doing the right thing at the right time. Just because you got punished for it doesn't mean it was wrong.
Getting started. Fire in the hole. Oh yeah.
Heroes never die. For a price.
I saw what you said about telling people what rank they have based on the Overwatch rank, but I don't really care about that. As far as I'm concerned, there's pretty much no difference between silver, gold, plat, and diamond. Or masters, to be completely honest. Either you're good or you're bad.
Sorry, I cut back.
Okay, you made it out. Jesus Christ.
Jump from behind.
Alright, this is really good Lucio play. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like... That ult's not bad. So what that ult did, in my mind, is it gave your team the confidence to jump on those three characters with little to no effect of worrying about anything. It was also close enough to the end of the game that now they have to do something immediately, right? Before, if three of them were alive, like if those three made it back, they would have attacked sooner.
Jump at the top.
Oh, that's coming right on your face. That's gonna be dropping right on your face. Switch to healing. Yep.
Killed him.
Can you boop them? Yeah, I think this is gonna be a hold. Okay, so this guy was in voice chat. For all the people complaining, he actually was in comms. There's just no comms going on at the time. So Lucio, first of all, like overall, like very great performance for a bronze Lucio. Like even not even going through everything, like you're doing really well. I think you're actually quite well. Your quote unquote target prioritization seems to be fine. Your positioning is quite well. Like you're doing well there. You're just behind the tanks, and every now and then you're swinging forward a little bit, maybe assist with a boop or something like that. And during those times, you're using speed boost. Pretty good, pretty spot on. Logistically, you weren't using a lot of wall climbs, but I like that. You were just doing your job. You weren't doing anything fancy. You weren't doing anything more or less. Like you were playing Lucio to a great extent. I think wall riding is way too much dependent on, and people do it just to be cool, and you weren't doing any of that shit. Like, you used it to get around, and that's it. And that's the way I believe wall riding should be. You wall ride to get to your team, right? It's a form of movement. It's not a form of just, like, fucking around. So that was you're doing very well. Information, I think you're doing everything right. Information wise, so it's so I'm just gonna say stay with team, but the whole thing I want to say is it's better to do something dumb with the team than be the only one in the proper positioning and not be with the team. There comes a point where you're just like, well, this is the dumbest thing ever, but most of my team's being really dumb, so I have to. And you just have to assist. That's all there is to it. The only thing I would say to look for is make sure to be conscious of what your team needs. Most of your teammates were around you or in front of you, so you had easy access to see, oh, that person's hurt, I need to heal them. Stuff like that. But maybe even better usage of watching your teammates. Because at bronze and frankly, below 3,500, 4,000, fuck, even at 4,000, teammates won't look to be where you're at. They're just going to do their own thing, and you kind of, as a support, you kind of have to go with them. Yeah, you can't just... I wish people just worked with you, but they don't. So that'd be the one thing I'd say. As for your ranking as a Lucio, like, you're doing fucking great. Yeah, like, I don't see any big mistakes you're making. Like, something that would build a bad habit that if I saw it Grandmaster you doing, I'd be like, well, that's... You're just going to get shot and lose there. But no, you weren't. You're playing really conservative, which is good. Actually, no, sometimes you're getting out there with speed boost and whatnot. So I think you're mixing it up very well. Yeah. I actually have no one thing for you to look at specifically. Staying with your team and knowing what your team's needs are probably the biggest thing I can tell you to work on. But if you're still bronze after a lot of time, then I would say, like, keep playing. The biggest issue with bronze players or anyone below 3K, even 2,500 or 2,500, even 3K, is just Overwatch vocab. Like, you just kind of need to immerse yourself, and you got to play more, and you just have to understand situations through experience rather than just reading about them or looking about them. Yeah, vocab is kind of the thing you got to do. You just got to jump in with that. Immersion. Best way to learn a language, best way to learn Overwatch is just get in there. If there's a thing you don't understand, then keep on playing against it. So, I think you're doing quite well. Yeah, I actually have no other corrections. I think for 1,300, you're doing fucking amazing. Was it 1,300? I keep saying that. Maybe I was wrong. 1,400. Yeah, you're doing fucking phenomenal. I would not be worried about it at all.